So we are now about halfway through the month of April here in 2025, and the Reds are off to just a disastrous start to the season at 3-14. Definitely not what they wanted here. And Brandon Williamson has been awful in that fifth starter spot, not working really deep into games at all, walking too many guys, just too many issues. So he's going to go down to AAA, work on some things. And Mitch Keller, who once again is tearing up AAA, is going to be taking that fifth starter spot, hoping that he can fare much better in the big leagues this season than he has previously in his time in the major leagues. But the Reds are going to hit the road here to take on the Philadelphia Phillies in the city of brotherly love at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Toeing the slab for the Phillies on the day is the left-hander Alex Wood, making his fourth start this season. Take a look at the Reds lineup listed 1-9 on the day. While on the hill for the Redlegs is another left-hander in Nick Lodolo, making his fourth start here in 2025. Take a look at the Phillies lineup 1-9 as well. We'll start things off bottom half of the first inning. Tim Anderson is going to poke a ball out to right field. It's going to get over Austin Hendrick in right, up against the wall. It is a leadoff double for Tim Anderson to start the ball game. Then it brings up Alec Boehm, who grounds one up the middle, and it's going to be J.P. Crawford making a nice play, but the runner does move up, so 190 feet away here with one out. And then Harper grounds one over to Crawford, knocks it down, keeps it in, fires the first, gets the second out, and keeps the runner from scoring. And then Castellano would come up, and he would proceed to ground one through the right side that does get through, so the Phillies do take a 1-0 lead. We'll pick things up top of the third now. Jay Allen ripping a ball off that left field padding off the wall, and he's going to use that speed to get himself into second base with a leadoff double here in the third. So he's immediately in scoring position, brings up J.P. Crawford, who then draws a walk, so he'll spit on ball four, take a base, first and second. Nobody out for Jonathan India, who's going to lay down a bunt that somehow stays fair. Moves both runners over, so second and third, one out for Johnny Fagan, who rips a ball into left field. This one's going to get down up against the wall as Castellano cannot make the play. Clears the bases, make it a 2 RBI double. Reds are on top now, 2-1. Then Stevenson dribbles one through the right side. That is going to score another run as Fagan just barely gets around the tag. RBI single, moves up on the throw. 3-1 is the score now. And then Austin Hendrick gets into a pitch, committing some lefty-on-lefty crime. Sends one into the right field seats, barely over the fence. But it does count. A 2-run blast for Hendrick makes it a 5-1 lead here for the Reds. Move things on. Bottom of the third now. Alec Boehm grounding one up the middle, and Taylor Walls makes a fantastic play, but Johnny Fagan makes a bonehead play as he drops it over at first base, so the runner does reach. Then after that, it would be Bryce Harper singling, so back-to-back base runners here to kick off the inning for the Phillies. Then it would bring up Castellano, who grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. Fagan does catch it this time, so runner on third with two outs, brings up Rhys Hoskins, and he's just going to have a little swinging bunt that Stevenson takes care of, fires the first, and they get out of the inning. Move things on. Top of the fourth now. Taylor Walls rips a ball into left field, lands in front of Castellano for a leadoff base knock on the first pitch he sees. Then he would go and try to swipe second base, and it's going to count as a hit and run essentially as Allen's able to bloop that one over Anderson into the center field, so it's first and third now. Hit and run once again, runner going to second. Crawford's able to ground out, move a runner up, get a runner in. Now a 6-1 game, and then Ron Marinaccio, not Lucas Sims, comes on here in the ninth inning, even though it is a 5-run game, and he would proceed to work a 1-2-3 side as he gets Bader to pop up to center field for the final out of the game, as the Reds do beat the Phillies here at Citizens Bank Ballpark by a score of 6-1. The rookie Austin Hendrick picks up player of the game honors on the day for his 2-run home run that he had. Tyler Stevenson went 3 for 4. Johnny Fagan went 3 for 4. Jay Allen had 2 hits on the day. And Nick Lodolo pitched 6 very strong innings. Gave up 8 hits but struck out 4. Only 1 walk and 1 earned run as well. 12 total hits on the day for Cincinnati. Could this be a spark that they need here for their offense? Now, before we move on to the next game here, unfortunately, a little bit of an update on the team. Jonathan India has gotten off to a really bad start here to the season. Obviously, still very early on in the year, but not encouraging to see that he still is not hitting for us here. A 585 OPS in 80 ABs, currently on a cold streak. And then Ellie De La Cruz, even more unfortunately, is even worse than Jonathan India with a 497 OPS here early in the season, while JP Crawford hasn't been really tearing it up, not really getting too many hits, but he is walking more than he's striking out, so I am confident that the hits will come with him. And if we take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates roster, because we are about to play them, not too much different, but the only thing I really do want to go over is that I changed Peguero's main position to right field, while he still has second, third, and short as the backup positions, and then also Nick Gonzalez was changed to left field, where his backup positions remain the same, because I looked at their roster. They had some really poor corner outfielders, lots of good infielders with Cruz, Hayes, and then they do like Chavis at second base and even Van Meter. So Peguero and Gonzalez just weren't really going to get any time at those positions, so I figured might as well get them in the corner outfield, because I'm sure guys who can play shortstop can play some corner outfield, and they're going to go there and hopefully play a decent amount for the Pirates. Really just trying to help the Pirates not be a total shit show here, because it would be cool to see, this not the same team win the division every single season. And now the Reds travel out to the other part of Pennsylvania, the western part, taking on the Pirates here at PNC Park. And on the hill on the day will be the former Pittsburgh Pirate himself, Mitch Keller, making his first start here in 2025. And then on the hill for the Buccos will be the flame-throwing right-hander Jordan Hicks. Take a look at the Reds lineup on the day, listed 1-2-9. We'll start things off top half of the first inning. Johnny Fagan, the hit machine at first base, picks up a hit into the right center field gap. That's going to get down, and he's going to be able to use his legs to get himself into second base with a double. So he's immediately into scoring position, and then Tyler Stevenson rips the ball into left field. That's going to score the fleet-footed Fagan, and it makes it a 1-0 lead here for the Reds. So now we're on to the bottom half of the inning, where Ke'Bryan Hayes is going to bloop a ball in to lead things off for the Buccos, so he's on base to start off the game for them. And then it would be Peguero who comes up to the plate, rips the ball into right center field. That's going to get down up against the wall. Hayes is not going to stop at just third, though. He's going to score all the way from first base as he slides in. They tie the game on the double from Peguero. Then it brings up Brian Reynolds, who of course gets a hit. I can never get this guy out. Left center field for him. That's going to score Peguero and make it a 2-1 lead here for Pittsburgh. They weren't done there, though, as then O'Neal Cruz comes up, dribbles one through the left side. That's going to score Reynolds from all the way from second base as he slides around the tag, and the Buccos take a 3-1 lead here in this game. Now we're on the top of the third. Johnny Fagan already picking up his second hit of the day into left field. Then he's going to go and try to steal second base, and he does just that. Swipes the second base, gets himself in a scoring position here with Austin Hendrick up with 2 outs, and he rips the ball up the middle. Slow roller into center field that allows Fagan to score from second. It's now a 3-2 ball game. It's only a 1-run ball game now, but then Brian Reynolds would come up and get another hit. Clear the deck, anchor down Brian Reynolds. Solo shot makes it a 4-2 Pirates lead here, his third home run of the season. Now we're on to the top of the fourth, where the Reds bats go to work. De La Cruz bloops one into left field in front of Willie Calhoun. That's going to be a base knock for him. And then he would get moved over by Joe Adell, who rips the ball into right field. So back-to-back singles for the Reds. Brings up Evan White, who then lays down a bunt. That'll move both runners over, so second and third here with 1 out. Brings up Taylor Walls, and he's going to rip a ball into right center field. That's going to get down into the gap, easily up against the wall, scores 2 runners, and it's now a tie game here in Pittsburgh. Walls tries to stretch it into third base, but he gets gunned down, but it doesn't matter because he does tie it nonetheless. So bottom of the fourth, Mitch Keller still on the hill, and Michael Chavis going out to deep center field. Allen gives chase, but clear the deck once again. The cannonball has landed rotation. In deep center, off the bat of Chavis, makes it a 5-4 lead now for Pittsburgh. Ryan Weathers will enter the game now here, the left-hander for the 11th time this season. And he would proceed to get out of the inning as Evan White showing off some defense over there at the first base position. And it's still a 5-4 lead here as we move things on to the 7th, where Ke'Bryan Hayes going to the same part of the ballpark that Chavis and Reynolds went this game. Right center field seats. Those fans are getting a lot of souvenirs today as it makes it a 6-4 lead here for the Pirates. David Bednar comes on looking for the save in the top of the 9th inning with a 2-run lead and 1 out. It's De La Cruz spitting on ball 4. He'll take his base. So they have the tying run at the dish, but then De La Cruz goes, swipes second base. He's in scoring position. So it's Joe Adell at the dish here with a runner on second. Could not pull the trigger on the fastball. That's 2 down in the inning now as he strikes out looking he's a pair of shoes up there. And then Evan White comes up, cannot hold up on David Bednar's curveball. We know how nasty that pitch is. 6-4 is your final in this game as the Pittsburgh Pirates come out on top here at home. Brian Reynolds picks up player of the game honors, 3 for 4 on the day with 2 doubles and a home run. He always hits very well against us. Ke'Bryan Hayes and Michael Chavis also homered on the day. Mitch Keller only goes 3 1/3, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. Johnny Fagan had 2 hits and 2 runs scored, while Walls had a 2 RBI double. But it was not enough as the Pirates were able to raise the Jolly Roger on this day. And we are now a little bit later into the month of April, still sitting at 8-18, not a very good record, but it is still early, so there is plenty of time to turn things around here in the season. Mitch Keller has already been sent back down to AAA, and Ryan Weathers, the reliever, will now be taking that 5th starter spot in the rotation, see what he can do in the rotation for us rather than the bullpen, and that means we're making some changes to the bullpen here as Chase Petty and Gregory Soto are called up to be a part of that arm barn. Chase Petty, flame-throwing right-hander from New Jersey, nasty slider. He will be wearing number 89 at the big league level, while Gregory Soto is now the lone lefty in the big league pen, will wear number 65 for us. And to make room for both of those guys in the 40-man roster, our third catcher, Dalton Varsho, was DFA'd to make room on the 40-man. He cleared waivers and then was able to just go back down AAA, while Ethan Small was also DFA'd to make room on the 40-man, but he was claimed by the Washington Nationals, so he is no longer a member of our organization at this point in time. Well, if we take a look at the Los Angeles Dodgers roster, because we are about to play them, not too much different, really just Joe Musgrove is the big new name on this roster. They do have Michael Busch, who is now a member of their everyday lineup, while Nick Senzel is their main utility guy, and he has been on the bench this season playing quite well in Los Angeles, while Matt McClain is down in AAA Oklahoma City because they chose to play Jacob Amaya as shortstop over him. The Reds now back at home here in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark, going to be playing host to the Los Angeles Dodgers, the top team in the NL West. Toeing the slab for them is the tall, lanky right-hander Dustin May making his 6th start. Take a look at the Reds lineup on the day listed 1-2-9, while on the hill for them will be the right-hander Tyler Mahle making his 6th start of the season. Take a look at the Dodgers lineup listed 1-2-9 as well. We'll start things off top half of the first inning. Mookie Betts leading things off for the Dodgers, and he's going to go against the shift here down the right field line up against the wall. Easy 2-bagger for the fleet-footed Betts to start off the game. Then it would bring up Freddie Freeman, draws a walk here with 1 out, so first and second. 2 runners on, brings up Max Muncy, also draws a walk, so bases are drunk here for Los Angeles. Brings up Will Smith, who grounds one over to third base. De La Cruz goes to second with it. They are not able to double up Smith, though, as a run does come in to score. Mahle would proceed to clutch up, though, on a 2-1 pitch and get Chris Taylor to pop up into right field. So they do only tack on 1 here in the top of the first. While in the bottom of the first, the Reds bats went to work. J.P. Crawford leading the game off with a home run into the right center field seats. 1-1 game just like that. J.P. Crawford delivers. Then later on in the inning, they were not done. Tyler Stevenson hits one into left center, lands in front of Bellinger for a base knock. So one out brings up Austin Hendrick. He's going out to left center field. That's going to move up Stevenson all the way to third base. Slides in around the tag. The ball was also offline. So second and third here with one out for De La Cruz. He pokes one through the left side. That's going to score one run. But unfortunately, Hendrick is going to be gunned down at the plate. So 2-1 is the score now. Runner on second base. 2 outs, and Joe Adele delivers, gets a sinker that he hits a hold of out to right center field. Over the fence, Bellinger cannot make the play, and the Reds jump out to a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Not the start that Dustin May wanted. So now top of the second, Michael Busch bloops one down into left field, and Joe Adele, with Busch trying to go for 2, perfect throw over to second base, and then J.P. Crawford slaps on the tag. Nothing else going for the Dodgers in that inning. Jay Allen comes up in the bottom of the second, hits a ball up the middle. That's going to be a base knock for him, and then somehow Jacob Amaya, the shortstop, was actually hurt on this play, so he's going to have to come out of the game. So he comes out for the Dodgers. And Yorby Vivas enters the game at shortstop for them, if I'm saying that. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And then it's going to be J.P. Crawford who hits the ball into right field as he picks up a base knock. So first and second here with 2 outs, brings up Tyler Stevenson, spits on ball 4. Bases are drunk for Cincinnati here on Dustin May, and Austin Hendrick is going to clear him. He's going to hit that ball over the head of Mookie Betts. That's going to score 2. Not actually clear them, though. It only moves up a guy into third base, but does score 2 runs, make it a 6-1 lead. Here's Austin Hendrick delivers. Brusdar Graterol enters now for the Dodgers out of the bullpen here in a 6-1 ball game. And he would proceed to throw a wild pitch. That's going to score a run as Stevenson slides around the tag, make it a 7-1 game. Nothing else would happen in that inning, though, as then move things on to the bottom of the third, where Taylor Walls gets plunked on the shoe. So he'll take his base, then brings up Jay Allen. Pitch gets away from the catcher, Smith. Walls is able to move up to second base into scoring position. Allen would do nothing with his AB, and then J.P. Crawford is plunked on the shin guard. So now it's first and second here with 2 outs, and Johnny Fagan with a laser down the left field line into the corner. That's going to score a run. And a second one as the throw goes over the head of the third baseman. Fagan would get gunned down at third, but it's now a 9-1 lead for the Dodgers. That would pretty much wrap things up. They ran the Dodgers out of this place early on in this game. They do tack on a couple more as the final score was 9-3, but the Reds do easily win this one here at home. J.P. Crawford picks up Player of the Game honors on the day, 3 for 4, a home run, 3 runs scored himself. Joe Adele had a 2-run home run. Austin Hendrick had 2 doubles. Tyler Stevenson went 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Johnny Fagan had a 2-run double. 11 total hits on the day for Cincinnati. Tyler Mahle had 6 innings strong, 7 hits, 3 Ks, 2 walks, only 1 earned run given up, while Chase Petty had 3 innings pitched in relief and gets the multi-inning save. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Cincinnati Reds franchise here on MLB The Show 22. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I am saying, how does anyone in America get into European sports?